I feel like my face is cut off. Okay, so the last video I recorded was like 11 minutes, and I can't make you guys watch that. I can do 8 minutes, but I feel like nobody's gonna watch it if I make it 11 minutes. I'd watch it, but nobody else would. So my first order of business is what I enjoy doing the most, what I love, and mine is adventuring. And by that I just mean I leave my house, I pick a direction, and I walk that way until I find something I think is beautiful. And I take pictures and I kind of just sit in the place and um, find stuff that I like about it. And usually it's weird places. Like I guess yesterday I just went to a dump. It was basically just a dump. It was, yeah, it was mostly garbage and stuff, but I don't know, it's just cool to me. It's like I'm finding places that other people don't find, and nobody finds beautiful, and I'm appreciating them for what they are, because it's part of our world. I don't know, I guess it just makes me feel alive. It's like I'm at this place that nobody really sits down and looks at. We're all in such a rush that nobody sits down and looks at it, and I'm sitting there. I feel stupid, but yeah, that's my favorite thing. It makes me feel good and stuff. So, judge me if you want to. The next part is kind of hard for me to talk about, but that's okay. It's how it all began, recovery version. So how my recovery began, and it's kind of picking up from last week. So I had a heart attack. My computer just went dark. I had a heart attack, like I've said, because anorexia puts stress on my heart, and my heart's already weak. So I had a heart attack, and I say that a lot. I'm gonna try not to say it for a while. So after I got out of the hospital, they obviously weren't just gonna let me go home and peach keen, yeah, get back to your life, go back to school and have fun, be a teenager. No, they weren't gonna let me do that. So they sent me to Melrose Institute, which is an eating disorder place that you go to and recover. And I got there and I was not happy. Now I'm just using and instead of I was not happy being there because I wanted to be left alone with my disorder. I wanted just me and my disorder. That's all I wanted. Just us two, best pals, working together. Yeah, but my parents didn't want that. The people there didn't want that. Nobody wanted that. So that's it for me. So they were like, nope, you're going to recover and you're going to eat and we're going to force you. And I hated it there. I absolutely hated it there. I bitched all the time. I was a total brat. I was nightmare patient. I did not want to get better. So what ended up happening is I stayed there for about a month and I got moved to Roger Memorial Hospital, which has a program for eating disorders and OCD, which was great because I needed that. I just said, failure. So I got sent there and they did a lot better. I still was pretty bratty. I still I still did not want to recover. I still did not want anything to do with most people, but I actually kind of accepted the idea, and I ended up gaining a lot of weight, like 30 pounds. So my parents were happy about that. I wasn't. It's late. So I was there 2 months. I got sent home because of good behavior and the fact that I'd gained weight. I got home, back to my old ways completely. I stayed I stayed back in my old ways for like 2 years. And then when I was 16, this is like the moment of real recovery. That's kind of like what started me thinking about it, because before I was like, this is never going to quit. I'm going to do this until I die. And I'm going to die a beautiful, skinny little beauty. But I'm still not going to love myself because fuck it never ends. So that was implanted in my mind, but I didn't care anymore. I had lost all the weight I gained at recovery. It had been a couple of years. I wasn't going as extreme, but I was probably like 105. I didn't even tell this on my page because I just didn't. I was probably like 105 pounds, though, which is 10 pounds better than what I was at my worst. But it's still pretty horrible and underweight for someone who's 5'7". So that, and I don't even know what I'm talking about. My brother Simon, who is probably the most important person in my life, we hang out all the time. He's like my best friend. We do stuff together, and he has autism. So usually he doesn't really pick up on things and understand what's going on a lot. But one day he looked at me and was like, "I don't want you to die." And he just looked like he was on the brink of tears, and it was awful. He's a 13, 14-year-old boy who usually doesn't understand, what from what. And he's looking at me and telling me he could not imagine me dying. And I don't know. It was like I felt selfish. I felt horrible about myself. I felt like, God, do you really need this for the control? Can't you just do something else? You're hurting other people. And you're hurting yourself. And this isn't going to end well, especially if it leads to another heart attack or death. And that, I think, was the moment where I decided I needed to change. And I couldn't do it any longer. And obviously, I didn't really snap out of it. It's been a lot of work and a lot of trial and error and a lot of skipping meals and then getting back on meal plans and stuff like that. But every single time I think, like, I should skip this meal. I should not eat that on my plate because that does not look like something that I should probably eat. That's probably gonna... No, I can't eat that. I think, like, you don't want to put this on your family anymore, especially your brother, because he worries. I don't know. I guess that's my best bit of advice for anyone. You might not think somebody cares about you this much, but there has to be someone. I know there's somebody out there that their life would be torn to pieces if anything bad happened to you, and they wouldn't know what to do with themselves or their life. But I don't know, just whenever you're feeling like you should skip a meal, think, God, my brother, my boyfriend, my mom, my grandma, my best friend needs me, and I need to get better. And so even if that means instead of skipping a meal, eating half of it or something like that, just one step closer to recovery. Because I really want all of you to get better because I like all of you. And anybody who's going to watch this 8-minute and 40-second video, probably longer by the end, deserves that. They deserve that for themselves and for those people who really care about you. Yeah. Cheesy! But that's all I have to say. You guys are all awesome. I've been really happy with my followers lately, and God, I'm so bad about, okay, I like you guys so much. I'm not gonna kiss you.